Hello there. Today we find ourselves in my backyard and I want to sort of capture the beauty of this juniper tree. Yeah. Strong, hardy, fortified. The theme of this first video, we're going to do a 3-video series here on owning your health. And I love this juniper tree so much because it's out here in the desert, in the cold, in the heat. And just check out these berries, man. They're just like so beautiful, right? They're just hardy and strong and just like, whew. And that's what our physical vessels are becoming, right? Becoming, okay? So I mentioned this before, that as we transition from 3D to 5D, which is basically saying from a denser reality to a less dense reality, we have a lot of viruses and pathogens for some of us in our system that are going to be coming to the forefront to be healed and purified so that we move around in stronger, more vital bodies. Now, on a personal note, the reason why I am starting to come public with this is that I haven't actually wanted to talk about any of these topics that I'm going to be going into because for the last few years I've been struggling enormously with my health. I had my son and I've been pretty healthy for most of my life. I had my son and I had a virus in my system called the Epstein-Barr virus, which 2/3 of the population has. But in sort of a weakened immune state of, for me in pregnancy, I got really sick. And then I got really sick afterwards. And I was totally confused, going to my doctors, looking around, and nobody really helping me at all until I stumbled across Anthony William, who is this, I don't know if you've heard of him. He's this number one New York Times best-selling author. He has 3 books out there, and it's just amazing information that helped me enormously. So what happened was I basically spent 200 plus hours nerdily, passionately studying all of his stuff to feel better. I didn't really want to talk about it until I started feeling better and really actually, I'm a very practical person, knowing that it actually really worked, talking with lots of people, seeing that it worked. And so this video is for you if you're struggling with any health issues that you don't really have an understanding about, because I see this so often in my practice. And I'm today going to start going over, and there'll be more videos to come on these topics because I want to go a little more deeply, but I'm just going to generally go into the prescriptions that I hear most frequently from my guides. So as an intuitive, I studied intellectually all this information from him, and then when I'm in session, I get specific sort of downloads about each person. And so if you'd like more specific prescriptions, we can for sure. Of course, I would love to connect in an intuitive session with you. But this is just in the meantime, just the general ones that I hear most often. So number 1 is add in more B12, regardless of what you're looking at, regardless of what you are dealing with. His specialty is really in autoimmune stuff. He talks about so much. It's so ridiculously amazing. But if you're dealing with anything autoimmune, chronic fatigue, anything, adrenal fatigue, anything like this, or if you're just wanting to feel better and not get colds all the time, which is what happened with me and my son and my family. We were getting sick every few weeks with a cold, with a flu, and everyone's like, oh, it's just because you have a young kid. And I'm like, really? This just doesn't seem right. We also switched to a vegan diet. That also helped enormously. Okay. So this is Vegan Safe B12, and this is by Global Healing Center. Don't worry about the information. I'm going to put the links here to Amazon. Really reasonable. You can start out with 1 dropper full a day. You can work up to 4, like all the prescriptions that he talks about that I've experienced as well. You want to go really gently at first because these are some really powerful, good stuff. Really good and super safe to add in. But if you start to feel your symptoms increase, right? This is normally what happens as we start to repair the body. You just want to slow it down a little. So you can start with 1 dropper full. If you want, you can build up to 4, and you'll get some really good, healthy love and healing to the immune system. Excuse me. The next one that I hear so often, number 1 is B12. Second one, which he prescribed, which I really love, is an ionic zinc. This is by Ultra Concentrate Good States, right? But I'll put the link. And you can start out again with the recommended dose that they have. You can build up to maybe 4 times that if you want, right? You can take your time with it. I give a couple drops to my son. I give a full dropper full of the B12 to my son. My son, again, we haven't been sick, knock on wood, over a year, right? We were sick all the time. And so I really believe it's a lot of stuff going on that we're doing, but I really believe that a lot of it are those two golden goodies. The other thing, which I hear a lot in my sessions, which my guides prescribe me to then pass along, is his heavy metal detox, which I've been doing every day for almost over a year now, and I just am absolutely in love with it. The heavy metal detox takes out heavy metals from our flesh and our system. If you've got mercury fillings, if you're living on planet Earth where they're dropping stuff from the sky, check out What in the World Are They Spraying? An amazing movie here on YouTube, which is just such good stuff. Anyway, we need to move heavy metals out of our system. They're coming from all different places. Okay, so why, right? Why? Because if we have viruses and pathogens, like some of the ones that I've described, the ones that I was struggling with, I'm feeling so much better now with. But anyway, if you're dealing with any of those, they feed off of heavy metals. And so it's just not good to have these in our system. The 5 ingredients that he prescribes, which I love so much. And again, you can do these slowly. If you can, you might start feeling symptoms too intensely, meaning your symptoms start feeling more aggravated. And if you do, just slow them down. Organic wild blueberries from Maine, just like the juniper berry, right? They have a hardiness to them. Hawaiian spirulina, Atlantic dulsa, barley grass juice powder, and cilantro. A cup of cilantro fresh, but if it's hard for you to get, I'll include a link of drops of cilantro, so you can add that in too. You add that in, a couple bananas, a couple dates. Oh, I actually crave it. This morning, I haven't had mine yet. I'm so excited. I can't wait. So in the morning, what I'll do is I'll get up, I'll do lemon water, fresh squeeze of lemon water. I'll do celery juice. I will do 2 dropperfuls, that's what I'm doing right now, a B12, and then I'll make my smoothie. I'll put my zinc in it. I'll put all my other supplements in it. So it's a really, really incredibly powerful thing to do. Now, again, like I said, if this feels like too much for you, just start with the spirulina. Just start with more cilantro. Right? You can add these in. Just start with wild blueberries, right? I'll sneak them in to my son's oatmeal, this morning, like we did. You just kind of move them in as you wish. Okay, so those are the first kind of 3 tips that I would add in. If you have more requests or things you're wanting me to explore, I feel like I have this wide body of knowledge that I've just been studying over the last few years that I'm just wanting to pass along because you might not have the time to read these books. Oh, I also wanted to show you his new book right here. Right here. Okay. Thyroid Healing. There we go. Anthony William. Okay. Check it out. It's, oh my gosh, if you have any issues with thyroid, which pretty much most people do right now, oh my gosh, he talks about cancer in here. It's just so amazing. Oh, it makes so much sense to me. Anyway, we can be healthy, we can be strong, but the biggest message that he brings that I just so resonated with, because I see it in my life and I see it in my practice, where I see people beating themselves up, right? I've got this, which is what I was doing, right? I didn't meditate enough. I thought too many negative thoughts, right? I manifested this. No. You came in with a physical vessel that was inherited with certain pathogens and viruses. You live in a toxic environment. Now, are there triggers which, offset sickness and illness? Yes, okay? But if we can be gentle and loving and kind with ourselves on this journey, that is what I have learned. Seeing in my life and in my practice, that's where we got to start. We got to start there. You got to start with compassion. You got to start being gentle with yourself. You got to start being loving and warm. You are not alone. You are not alone. If you're dealing with any kind of weird mystery illness, you're not alone. And on top of that, you can and you will heal, because that is what is up for us. We have the opportunity to expand right now, and we will. So I'm sending you so much love. I'm so grateful that you took this time and spent it with me. And if you like this, please pass it along, subscribe, spread the word out there, and please post below other things you'd like to explore, the things you'd like to talk about. I just want to go on this health topic for just a couple more videos, I think. All right, let's close with 2 breaths. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Lots of love to you. Connect to you soon. Happy full moon.